Hey, Egg Teacher Thoughts here, coming at you with another video. We're going to talk a little bit about this little helper that I have in my screen. Hopefully you can see him really well. That is a gentle wasp. So he is one of our paper wasp species here in Idaho, and he is performing some work for me right now. Let's see if I can catch him. You can kind of see him flying around there. Oh, there's two of them. There we go. See, there we go. That guy's helping me out a lot. So, look at that. He's going in there. Is he going to find something? No. Let's see if he tries again. So these paper wasps are, like I said, they're performing a very important job for me. So these are a predatory wasp. So as they're going around these flowers, they're not looking for nectar or pollen. What they're actually looking for is caterpillars. So specifically, the caterpillars they're looking for are budworms. And we'll try to get him to calm down. But they're looking for budworms on my petunias. And they're a very, very gentle wasp. They're very, very gentle. And in fact, unless you squish them, they're not going to sting you. In fact, one of the things they're kind of known about is these are their little paper nests. Don't worry, this one was inside of a building. It was no longer being used, has some cobwebs in it. But this is what their nests look like, and usually they're a little bit bigger. And these wasps are so gentle that you can actually go up and you can grab that nest with your bare hand and remove it. And the wasp will fly away from the nest, and they won't attack you and they won't sting. You know, unless you're actually physically squishing them, they just leave. They're a very, very gentle wasp. And here in my garden, I don't really mind that they're here because they are going after the budworms that are eating the blossoms of my petunias. Now, my petunias have kind of had a rough go. And this blossom that he's going at, he's kind of smelling there was a caterpillar. I actually watched one get eaten out of there earlier today. So they're going to go around and they're going to visit each blossom. Okay, and they're going around and they're looking for the caterpillars that are causing this damage on these petunias. And they go around and they're really, really active hunting caterpillars in the morning. So they'll go about and they'll visit every blossom, every plant, and they are looking for those caterpillars that like to hide inside the blossoms. And when they get them, they will attack the caterpillar and they will cut it up or they will eat the entire thing and fly away with it to feed their grubs. Now, I'll get some more details on specifically what species this is. I don't really know. I know it's a species that we had over in Oregon, or it's a similar paper wasp species. We had them over in Oregon. They were something we always called like gentle hornets or gentle wasps. And you just didn't really worry about them. You kind of left them there to do their own business. But they are a really big predator to budworms, so they're a good thing. They're not anything that I kill. I don't spray them out. Usually in the summertime, I leave their nests alone unless they are in a location that they don't really need to be. You know, they are kind of known for blocking up like vents and exhausts and intakes on buildings. So sometimes I'll have to clear out the nest if they're there. I've found nests 5 inches across that are just kind of a single layer, but it's blocking an intake or an exit. Where I used to teach, the gentle hornets would build their nests right where the intake was for the furnace for the school. So I had to go out there and clean it out on occasion. We'll just let you look at some of these petunias while I talk. But they're not really a harmful species. You know, they're there for our benefit. They're there as a biological control. So I don't really worry about a lot of my my garden petunias here, the ones that are not in containers. Those are mainly taken care of by the wasps as far as the caterpillar removal. And let's open this one up and see if there's a caterpillar in here. Nope, not in this one. There's a lot of nectar though. But anyway, they'll take care of those. They feed pretty heavy on them. There's another one right here. So there you go. He's looking around for that caterpillar. You can smell it. He knows that blossom's been damaged. This is the blossom that I just had. So look at that. You know, I can come right down here and almost touch them, and I will not get stung by them. But they are solely there looking for meat. They're looking for those caterpillars. and they're doing a great job for me. Now, earlier this year, I had a fence that I was working on, and I had to replace a section of my garden fence for my house. So it was this section that I was working on back here, and it was old cedar boards and old 2x4s that were holding this whole fence together. And I felt really bad because there was a whole bunch of the gentle wasp nests on there, and I had to go through and kind of remove those so that I could go do my work. One of the unfortunate things that I have kind of learned and discovered is they like to build their nest on old wood. So like old fences, old gray exposed wood, and they don't really like a painted or prepared surface. So I was going through my fence really trying to find a nest that I could show you up front, and how they are just so gentle that you can just reach up and touch their nests. But unfortunately, in this whole expanse of fence, there is not a single gentle wasp nest. And I even looked under the eaves of my house. No gentle wasp nests. So I don't know whose fence they're hanging on now, but it's unfortunately it's not mine. So they are flying in from here. I haven't been able to locate one of their nests lately, and I've checked under the top rail of all my fences. I've checked under all of my eaves, checked under my deck. Just can't seem to locate a nest, unfortunately. But I figured you would want to know, what are those wasps doing? What are they doing in my garden? Do I have to worry about them? Do I have to control them? No, let them be. Those are your helpers. They're out there getting them caterpillars. They're controlling those harmful insects, and it's providing a good balance to your garden. So for me, I don't have to use insecticides to control the caterpillars in my yard. I'm going to use, I do use the biological BT, Bacillus thuringiensis, the bacteria to get the caterpillars that are on my hanging baskets. But as far as the petunias in my yard, there's too many of them to spray, and it's pretty expensive. So I just let the gentle hornets their gentle wasps do their job. But let's see if we can follow a few more around. Follow a few more of those around and let you see the work that they're doing and where they're going. See if we can find some more. Oh, here we go. Come on in. There you go. That one, no, nothing there. And they will check absolutely every blossom and all the stems. And they do a very thorough job. Yeah, these are all my glow-in-the-darks. They're all my firefly clones. You can see right here, there used to be a caterpillar there. He did a little bit of work, but he is gone. There was one there too, but he is also gone. So these wasps are doing a good job. The caterpillars don't last very long, and they're found relatively quickly by the gentle wasps and removed. And again, I unfortunately was trying to take a video and didn't realize I had it set towards photograph, so I actually missed a live capture and feeding. Yeah, you can see it actually. The caterpillar ate all the stamens off of that one. And that's what they do, is they go down in those blossoms, they eat the stamens, then they eat the petal itself. And that's what the hornets are looking for. They are looking for those wasps are looking for, that's what those wasps are looking for, those caterpillars. And I'm just not seeing any caterpillars. They've been doing a good job today. And this one. Yeah, I see seed, but I don't see a caterpillar. Yeah, so those of you paying attention to my breeding work, there is some glow-in-the-dark petunia seed. We'll just sprinkle it into the yard, and those will come back up next year. But anyway, it's getting pretty warm out here. I just thought I'd show you that there are good biological control agents out there, and not all of them have to be warm and fuzzy. Some of them can be kind of scary and stingy and, a little pokey, but they will do the same job that you want them to. They'll go in there and they'll control those caterpillars, and they do a very, very good job of that. I'm actually very happy with the work that they're doing. A lot of my petunias have kind of slowed down. It's got real hot here. and they need another couple of good doses of fertilizer to kick off the growth again. But yeah, those gentle wasps, the paper wasps, are doing a great job of controlling those caterpillars. So anyway, if you are wondering why you've got all sorts of wasps around your petunias, that's why. They're looking for those caterpillars that are on there. So as always, I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed. Ag Teacher Thoughts out.